Hello, and welcome. Today, we're going to discuss how to elevate your life by removing energetic indebtedness. Now, I already had another dialogue, Get Out of Debt Fast, where I spoke about that outside debts are basically a reflection of inside indebtedness. And I please do watch, especially if you do have debts. If you want to get rid of them, please watch. This is important. But material debts are only one part of our life. There are also other parts that should be taken in consideration. Just by having some credit card debts doesn't mean that and by freeing from those debts doesn't mean that you're completely free. Material debts are a good indication that we are somewhat in debt to somebody or to somebody, but this is not everything. There are other debts that we should remove, so we will have more energy and more freedom to develop and to elevate our life and basically experience our life easier, faster, and much better. Now let's talk about that. But do watch that dialogue. I would say that this is part 2 of that dialogue, even though I'm not going to talk much about money. So ideally, you should feel like this: I love life. I'm eager to experience life. I'm open to new experiences. I don't owe anybody anything. I'm absolutely free. I'm surrounded by amazing self-sufficient people. I'm a self-sufficient person myself, and it's just everything is just amazing and perfect. And I feel so great that in my greatness I can be super generous to other people and to anybody around. Now, the more feminine you are, since we are ladies here, the more energetic indebtedness you will have. I already spoke about this. This is because feminine energy is more empathetic, more slow kind of to act, more into considering, into deciding, into analyzing, because it thinks so much. It thinks about other people's needs. Feminine energy tend to carry this energetic burden on them, always feeling like, oh, maybe I should help this, or maybe I should give this to somebody, always putting the needs of others ahead of them. Now, masculine energy is not like this. First of all, masculinity strives in caring. So if they need to help somebody, they just help, or they don't help at all, but they never think about it twice, which is great. It doesn't create energetic indebtedness. Like, for example, in my family, my brother is masculine and I'm feminine. I have a sister also, she's a little feminine, a little masculine. So my brother would not put my mom's needs ahead of his or his daughter. Doesn't mean that he doesn't help my mom. Of course he does, probably even more than me. But he does it in his own terms, and he doesn't think about this twice. So when he wants to help, he helps her. When he has opportunities, he helps her. Or if he knows that he needs to help her, then he will make sure that he has those opportunities, that he has money to help. But he will never put somebody else's needs ahead of him or his child, which is right. This is how it's supposed to be energetically. Now, I was not always like him. I would put my mom's needs, my friends' needs, my clients' needs, everybody's needs ahead of mine, which is wrong. It creates indebtedness. So remember, just because you're not prioritizing other people doesn't mean that you're a nasty, selfish person. That just means that you're doing everything right. That's all. You're energetically correct. You always put your needs ahead of others. Now, what could be energetic indebtedness? Energetic indebtedness happens with the parents. This is the start. Always, when we're little, we feel like we need to. Usually, it happens when we start earning love from our parents, love and kind of their attention through doing something for them. Now, since childhood, we get used to be indebted so much that after that, we just basically indebted to everybody, to our siblings, to our friends, to our partners, to our kids. And after that, to institutions, so banks, um, well, banks most, banks or other, maybe some loan places, some places that lend money, or whatever, credit cards, well, it's banks. So but when this is basically what we can what could be an energetic indebtedness. um, Now, if we don't have any of those above, it's we always do, always. I don't know one person who wouldn't have an energetic indebtedness to their parent. I don't know. At one point, it will come up. At some point, always. Even the most selfish people, they kind of they have this feeling towards their parents. At one point, it will come up. Now, if you don't have we so with that indebtedness inside, we create indebtedness around us. And what are those? Those are emails that are piling up. Those are tasks that needs to be done, that we're like, okay, so I need to do this, I need to do this, and every single day you're like, okay, I need to do this. It's the emails that are like in thousands already, or for some people in millions. It's maybe text messages that you feel like you need to answer, but you're not in the mood to answer. It's people that you need to meet. This every time you see somebody, it's like, hey, let's meet for lunch, and then you have it inside of you, okay, I need to call my friend, I promised to call, and so we can go for lunch. And already you hating her, you hating yourself, you hating that idea of lunch, because you basically this whole situation is already just draining you, because you think about it so much, you analyze it so much, and this is not right. This creates this heavy feeling that shouldn't be in your life at all. Now, what do you need to do to get rid of it? You came here not to listen about what you know where you owe and what exactly you owe, and what are those feelings. Now you can pinpoint yourself what those indebtedness could be, but for different people it's different things. Like, I had a neighbor, she was, every time I see her, she would say something like, oh my god, I need to clean my apartment, I need to clean every single day. So at one point I told her, do you clean your apartment every day? And she's like, no, I maybe clean it once in 2 months. I'm like, but you're telling me every single day I need to clean my apartment. And she stopped, and she like just like she froze for a second. She's like, really? Yeah. I'm like, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think that you clean your apartment every day. Maybe you just have this OCD or something about the cleanliness on your apartment. And truly, she always invites me to her place, and I never went, because I was thinking, if she cleans the apartment every day, I would be even afraid to kind of even sit on the furniture. So, and she's like, no, not really. I actually don't clean that often. But in her mind, this is like a task that is ongoing and constantly running in her mind. At one point, she's basically so tired of having it running in her mind that she just does it. She cleans. And maybe if she wouldn't have it as heavily sitting in her mind, she would clean more often, and it won't be as difficult and running in her subconscious 24/7. You see, when I told her you mention it every day, she didn't even knew this. She does it unconsciously. Unconsciously, she mentions it, and I assume not only to me, to other people as well. So pinpoint, what are your indebtedness? What do you have most on your mind? What are you talking about all the time? Like what is running in your subconscious when you're sitting in a coffee shop and talking to your friend, drinking coffee? I mean, what is in your mind at that moment? um, like um, like for example, I was in Italy, and I had a flight from Florence to Belgrade, and then so I had a flight from Florence to Munich, from Munich to Belgrade, and so the flight from Munich was the change for me. So I had to basically switch it, and I had to call them, and I had to fix this issue somehow, otherwise I wouldn't come to Belgrade. So And I couldn't do it right away because I was traveling that time. So for 3 days I couldn't address this issue. I couldn't do it online. For some reason I had to call them. So for 3 days, this is all I was thinking about. When I was eating, when I wake up, when I go to sleep, all I was thinking about is don't forget to call, don't forget to call, like this. It created such a heavy feeling that I basically I went to the front desk of my hotel and I'm like, can I have a phone, please? I just need to make a phone call right now. And this moment, I was actually ready to go and buy a SIM card with the phone number just to make this phone call, because I already couldn't handle this heaviness on me. So see yourself. What are your what are this draining, heavy situations that are running in your mind all the time? Usually they are unconscious. Again, like for example, I could think about, okay, so I need to go buy vegetables. I need to I like to eat salads in the evening for my salad. But in the back of my mind, I have probably something else that's running the show. Probably, I'm not sure right now. Right now, I don't have. I just address everything as it comes. Okay, so what to do? First of all, you need to take your energy back regularly and all the time. You need to take your energy back from all your debts. So say like this with me and repeat again and again. I take my energy back from all material and energetic indebtedness that I have. The energy gets purified and comes back to me. Say it again. I get my energy back from all material and energetic indebtedness in my life. Energy gets purified and comes back to me. Again, you can tweak it a little bit, switch it to how you want it to be, but you need to make sure you take the energy back. This is like like if you take a bucket of water and there is a hole, water, whether you want it or not, it will slowly go away little by little in that hole. So the same with your energy, whether you want it or not, it will be running away towards those indebtedness. So do this for like a week, 3 times in the morning, 3 times during the day, and 3 times at night. Remember, you don't the second thing is, remember, you don't owe anybody anything. Just have it in your head, and trust me, I work with energy so much. In the world of energy, there is no such thing as owning anybody anything. It is just a habit. So keep repeating this to yourself until you start believing, until in your mind you will allow yourself to think, maybe it's true, maybe I don't owe anybody anything, maybe Anastasia is right. So repeat that. Energetically, as I said, it's the only truth. It is only an illusion in your mind, and that illusion was put into your mind when you were very little. As I remember myself, when I was little, and it was not even my parents, it was mostly the society around me. Sometimes my grandparents, sometimes neighbors, they would say something like, make sure, like they would give me chocolates, and then they would say, make sure share it with your brother, don't be greedy. I never even had this motion of eating all by myself, but they would put it in me, and you start believing it. Or they would say, make sure you help your parents, make sure you help your mom, you have to be a good girl, you need to help your mom. And these things, they just start growing in you start believing this. So this is another thing. Realize that people will not go anywhere just because you suddenly become selfish. This is a good point, and I remember when one of my mentors said this. She said, do you think you will lose people if you will become selfish? They are not going nowhere. They will start loving you even more. And I'm like, how is it possible somebody will love me if I will be selfish? And she said, well, because you wouldn't be selfish. A selfish person uses others for their own benefit. But a self-sufficient person is just focusing on yourself. And this is what you need to be, self-sufficient, focus on yourself. And people will draw more to, she said, people will draw more to you because people love people who are self-sufficient, who are focused on themselves, who are just loving themselves. And that mentor was absolutely right. The more self-sufficient I became, the more people started to draw to me, the more I started having like really strong friendships, really strong relationship with men, really good relationship with my relatives, with my family, and with everybody around. And all I needed to do is become self-sufficient. What is more, I started to believe that I was even more respected when I start choosing myself again and again. So I really advise you to choose yourself and to become selfish. You can start with something like, I don't know, try with your mom tells you, oh, you don't call me no more, you don't come and visit me no more, and you say, yeah, because I'm preoccupied, I'm experiencing life. Just say it like this, say it and feel like that, and your mom will be happy for you. She will never say, oh, okay. She will be like, oh, really? So what have you been doing? She will be interested in you at once. So do that. Now, all the unfinished tasks that you have, you need to write them down. Write them as they come into your mind. So for example, you're like, okay, I need to wash my windows. I don't know, I mean, some people wash their windows. Okay, so I need to call the company to wash my windows. Write it down right away, as soon as it came. You will deal with it after. Or you have a thought, I need to call Anastasia. Write it down. Or I need to call this friend, schedule a lunch with her. Write it down. So write every single thought that basically I need to. Everything that you have, I need to write it down. Or I have to make extra $50 to pay this credit card or something. So write down every single of these thoughts that come in. So once you write it down, this is what you're going to do. You need to put on them, either you're going to cross them out. So for example, you met this friend of yours and you told her, hey, let's meet and have lunch, but truly you don't want to meet with her and you don't want to have lunch. So decide what you're going to do. Either you will cross her out completely and you will never you just decide for yourself that you're not having lunch with her, and that's it. If you will meet her on the street, yeah, you will talk with her, but having lunch is not in your plans. Cross it out and allow yourself to have this decision that you really don't care whether you're having lunch with her or not. Like, allow yourself this freedom. This will be first. The second, put a time frame. So if you decide that you are having lunch with her, put a time frame. So for example, decide for yourself, okay, next week is a little more free. I have more free time next week, so I'm going to call and schedule lunch with her next week. For example, you can write to her right away and say, hey, what about next week? I have free on Tuesday, let's meet on Tuesday. Like that. So once you put a time frame, you're already not energetically bound, because for that task you have a specific time frame. So for example, you decide that you need to read this book, right? Somebody advised you to read this book. I will tell you about my experience. Put a time frame. Decide, I'm going to read this book in August. That's it. There is no more thoughts about this book. This book is not bothering you, it's not hanging on you, it's not heavy on you, because you decided that the deadline is in August. You still have plenty of time, and in August you will be on vacation, you probably will read it. Like that. Time frames are important. And when you put a time frame, your energy doesn't go to that task no more. It's not eating your energy. It is crucial. It's not creating indebtedness. You see, every time you have, okay, I need to read this book, I need to call this person, I need to do this, I need to do this. It's like all these debts that are hanging on you, like these little weights. And at one point you just basically, you couldn't move anymore because you have all these debts that you need to deal with, and you have no power, no energy even to deal with them, because there's so many of them. Now, once you will put them all down and you will decide, okay, it's either I'm dealing with it or I'm not dealing with it, or I just decide that it's not even for me. This creates freedom. It creates, like, it elevates your elevates your experience. Now you have energy at your disposal. You can use it. You can use that energy, that freed up energy now, to do those tasks, to call those people, to meet with those people. So this is important. So write down. Also remember, all these tasks are basically just your mind work. Our minds are projected to do projected, are programmed to do some kind of projects, to do some kind of tasks. So often they are looking for those tasks. We probably don't even need half of all those plans that we have in mind. Really, I mean, if you wouldn't wash the windows, I mean, what will happen? The rain will go and the windows will be clean. Nothing will happen with your windows. It's just a task that we just put on ourselves. I mean, doesn't make no sense. Or if you wouldn't read that book, what will happen in your life? Nothing. Your life will be still your life without that book. Probably you will find it somewhere on you'll find a proof probably that that book is not even interesting. Or maybe you can find it in audio and listen to it when you're staying in traffic going to Brickell. Okay, so make sure that you do that with every task and every idea. For example, if you like me, I have a lot of ideas about the dialogues, but if I will do all of them at once, my energy will be just all over the place. So what I did, I made a schedule and I put different subjects on different dates. So I have a schedule probably for like 2 months in advance. And every week I work with the dialogues that are next. So I don't overcrowd my mind and I don't spend too much energy. I focus on one thing instead of focusing on a whole bunch of them. Maybe you are also a creative person. So don't try to do everything at once. Like put a time frame on every task. For example, I don't know, you want to go on vacation. Let's say not to job, but let's imagine you have you want to go on vacation. Let's imagine your vacation is in July. So put a time frame. Okay, this week I'm looking for the best hotels or the best Airbnbs, depending where you're going. So give yourself a week. Don't look for everything. Don't look for the hotels, the activities, the flights, all in 1 week. I mean, unless you have a lot of time, then do that. But it would be better, not as overwhelming, if you will just split it. So today you're choosing the hotels or maybe the flights. So choose the flight. Give yourself a few days for that to decide what is the best place, and then you know that you will work on activities maybe 2 weeks from today, so that you don't even need to occupy in your mind. It's very important. And the tasks that don't give you pleasure, don't bring you any kind of inspiration, and don't and you don't even feel like would be enjoyable, scratch it off. Don't feel like you have to do it because somebody told you to do it. Scratch it off. I'm telling you, if somebody would tell me right now, wash your windows because you have to, I wouldn't even listen to that. I mean, honestly, so you can scratch it off that too. Now, with parents and institutions, the same thing. Write down how much do you owe, let's say, to institutions. Let's imagine you have a debt, an amount of debt. Write it down, create a schedule how you're going to pay it. So commit to, let's say, $1,000 a month. Decide that you're paying $1,000 a month towards the debt and not a coin more. So make sure that you're not putting all your money towards your debts, because this is not right. Yeah, you are taking care of your obligations, but first of all, you take care of yourself. If you are making more money and you have free money and you feel like, oh, I should put it towards my debts, no, you shouldn't. You should actually invest this money so you will have your money growing instead of just being so happy putting it towards your debts. Again, decide on the sum and put an auto pay. Decide that every month you put in $1,000, depending again on your expenses. I mean, some people spend $20,000 a month, some people spend $500 a month. So, well, I don't know about 500, but decide what is your amount, what would be a comfortable amount, and what would you want, what would be a good amount towards your goal, and just stick to that amount. And don't think about this at all again. So you have $1,000 sacrifice for your material indebtedness, and that's it. Don't think about it again. The same with your parents. I would tell you that you don't owe anything to your parents at all. No time, no money, no presents, not even your presents. But I know it is not easy to kind of change in your mind right away. We're so programmed to owe our parents that it would be too hard. Our mind will not even believe. If I'll tell myself now, okay, I don't owe nothing to my mom, that's it, I'm not I'm not socializing with him, that would be even silly, because well, first of all, I love to socialize with my mom, but second, my mind will not even believe that well, my mind believes that I don't owe her nothing, but I still do want to to do something, some little like present, something pleasant for her. If I do something pleasant for myself, why not to do it for her if she's available? So, but if you, for example, have this belief that you need to help your parents with money, men usually have this kind of masculine, women have this. If you have this belief, then and you don't know how to get rid of it, then stick to a particular amount that you can give to your parents, and give them once a month, and that's it. That's it. So you can even make a deal with your parents. Okay, this is how much I can do. I will send you once a month this amount every single month, and that's all you can count on. That's it. I'm not going to do more. Stick to it. Do set the transfer from your bank to their bank, or just decide that on this day you just basically send it themselves, and that's it. Don't think about this. Don't think that you need to add extra $50 for your mom or for your father or something like that. No, allocate the sum of money and stick to it. Be true to yourself. Don't be like this. Okay, so maybe I can do a little more, and then in the next months I will do less. It won't be like that. It won't. If you have extra money, invest it or put on your savings. Think about yourself first. You are first, not anybody else in this life. What else you can do? It is waning moon right now, so every day make yourself some kind of plan. This is what I do, and maybe you can do it as well. For example, if you have thousands and thousands of emails and it's nagging you that a lot of those emails are unanswered, a lot of them could be maybe looked through, some of them could be deleted, or text messages or pictures. Like I do it with pictures because I have a lot of them, a lot of videos. So what I do on waning moon, every single day I have a deal with myself. I delete 150 pictures. If you think this is a lot, I mean, I have 9,000 pictures and this amount only increases. So for me, it's not a lot, and within those 13 days or 12 days, I really clear up a lot of space. Now, you can do it with emails, you can do it with unanswered text messages, unanswered emails, you can do it with any task that you need to finish. So make yourself a deal. Okay, waning moon right now, so every day I look through 100 emails. It's not that much. Once you will get in the habit, like half an hour and you will be done with them. But you will feel so accomplished, and so like you will free that energy that is stuck on those emails. And once you will get in the habit, it will be very easy. Like I'm waiting for waning moon to kind of to clean up my albums and to clean up my emails. Even though with emails I'm pretty good, I answer them regularly and I delete them also regularly, but still there is like a few that I like to keep, and then they just stay sitting there all the time. So it doesn't have to be just with that. It could be with like you want to calculate all your bills or something like that. All the tasks that are mundane, that are not very exciting, but you need to do them. Just schedule like parts of it every single day. For example, 10 minutes a day you're going through your investment accounts, and just to make sure that they are all in a good standing, or something like that. Something that you need to do but you don't know how to do, like they say, eat an elephant in pieces. How to eat the elephant in little pieces. So the same thing. Just decide that you will dedicate 10 minutes every day, and stick to that. As I said, I do that with my emails and pictures, but for you it could be anything else. It doesn't have to be. So maybe on waning moon you decide that you will or that would be actually on maximum would be better, that you will write to 10 of your friends, one friend every day, and you will schedule that lunch that you've been dragging for two months, and it's been eating your energy. Just write every single friend, and schedule the lunches. Then this is the next one. Write everybody you promise to meet with. Schedule the meeting if you truly want to meet with this person. Again, you can write to the person and say, hey, I'm a little busy this time of the year. Why don't we catch up in summer or something like that? If you don't want to meet with the person, if you truly don't want, if you don't even feel like, don't even write. Don't feel guilty. If you feel like this, chances are 100% that the other person feels like that as well. Why? Because we're energetically connected, and you probably feel like this because they feel like that, and you just both are not happy to see each other. You said it, or maybe the other person said it, because it's just a matter of habit. That's what people say. You see somebody, hey, okay, let's go have lunch, let's go for lunch, and that's it, and everybody forgot about it. But some people, they keep thinking about it, thinking, and that's hanging heavy on them. Again, write everybody, schedule, or just scratch that person off your list completely and decide, okay, so I don't think this person is for me. Let's just I'm not going to go anywhere with this person. Now, things that needs to be done, either do it or schedule to do it. This is what I was telling you about that neighbor of mine that that talks about cleaning all the time. I do like really good cleaning of my apartment on the 29th lunar day, every single month. I mean, doesn't mean that I live the rest of the months in a filthy apartment. No, my apartment is perfectly clean, but that day is like a deep cleaning of everything. And I also clean energetically at that time my space. So I know it is on the 29th lunar day that I'm going to focus on cleaning. The whole month I have nothing, not one thought, not one like even a drop of energy goes towards it, because I scheduled that cleaning for the 29th lunar day. That's it. I have nothing to think about this. I have nothing to even occupy my mind with. I just need to make sure that the 29th lunar day is free. Yeah, sometimes I have help to help me clean, but I still need to be present, because after the help, I also do the energetic cleaning of the apartment. So that day I dedicate to basically to my apartment, to my clothes. I make sure that all my clothes is washed, dry cleaned, pressed, that they all hanging perfectly. Like, I really take time. That day is dedicated to my space, my living space, and and my clothes, and basically to all this. So I never during the whole month think about cleaning and about anything else. I don't. I just know that it will be done, and it will be done on this particular day. So this is what you're going to do. Be masculine when you have some kind of task, and if you have tasks, either you do them now, you scratch it off, or you schedule some kind of time frame, or the day when you're going to do it. Like I said, this is what I do for myself. When I travel, I know that I'm slow to decide on decisions. I need to weigh the decisions, to kind of think about them. So I give myself a time frame. Like, for example, I have a week to decide which hotels I'm choosing, or which airlines I'm flying. I give myself a week. I don't say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to decide. No, I'm not, because I know I will not. So what for to put such pressure on me? When I know that I have a week, I will kind of sleep on it, then I wake up, I think about it, I sleep on it again, and this is much easier for me. So do the same for yourself. Don't allow it to just hang in the air around you. This is like a little weight on you, a little weight hanging from your arms and legs. Again, either do it right now. So if it's something easy, like you need to throw the trash, just throw the trash. Don't don't allow it. Don't think about it for 3-4 days. Or if you if you have dishes, well, you see, I don't do none of that. But if you have dishes and you feel like you need to wash, my God, just put them all in the dishwasher and let it work. Or if you don't have a dishwasher, just wash them and don't think about this twice. So either you do it right away, or you write it down and put a time frame, or you like if it's a task that you keep on delay, and either you don't have enough energy for it, so you're procrastinating, so you just need to get energy for it, so put a time frame and then collect the energy. Or it's just not exciting and not inspiring. Like for example, if I don't know, like if you have a dog and you need to take a dog to the groomer and you just don't want to do this, but okay, but you have this dog and you know somebody has to groom him. I mean, just take him there, or decide, okay, on Wednesday I'm taking the dog to the groomer. Or if you don't want to do neither of that, just scratch it and decide that you will wash the dog yourself and cut his hair. So I mean, like this, it is that easy. Don't create the indebtedness, because this indebtedness that you will think, I need to take my dog to the groomer, I need to take my dog to the groomer. I mean, it will create the material debts, or some kind of debts that will be not like debts, like a credit card debt, but it will be something else. Like for example, your neighbor will do something for you, and then you will owe him something. So don't allow this to happen in your life. Okay, another one, and probably the most important: do only what you want to do. This is the right indicator. So if you have a task in mind and you feel like you want to do it, this is probably the right task for you, the important task for you right now. If you don't feel like doing it, I mean, don't even waste your breath on it. Like I put here an example. This is like a very bright example, and when I was preparing for this lecture, I remembered it, and I was sitting there like all angry because the emotions came back to me. So there was this person I was watching sometimes, and she advised this book. She spoke very highly about it. She said that it opened her eyes, and I had the so. Before this incident, I listened to another person, and she advised the book, and that book was really very really nice, and I really enjoyed reading it, and I read it right away. I found it right away. It was just an easy, smooth process. So I thought, if this another person speaks about the book, it's probably a sign for me. But for some reason, I don't know, I wasn't trusting her very much. But I thought, if this book came up into my world, then I should read it. Now I put a mental kind of check in my mind, and I was like, okay, so I need to find this book, and I made a screenshot. So I always I open my pictures, I always see it, and every single day I'm like, okay, I need to find that book, I need to read it. Maybe there is some important information that I need to know right now. And every single day, this is how I was thinking. Okay, I need to find this book, I need to find this book. After a week of thinking like this, because I was preoccupied, I didn't have time to find, I was like, okay, that's it, I'm done thinking like that. I need to find the book. So I started searching for it, and for some reason I couldn't find it on Amazon. I couldn't find it on Kindle. Well, I mean, Kindle is Amazon, but I couldn't find it nowhere. So I couldn't find it in paper, like a paper book, physical book, and I couldn't find an electronic book. So I started jumping through hoops to get to that book. Then I bought it for like an obnoxious price that wasn't even worth that price, and honestly, I didn't even want to buy to read that book, but just because I had this indebtedness in me, I felt like I need to read this book because that girl said I have to read this book. So long story short, of course, I read the book, and it was so useless and so poorly written that I was so upset with myself. I was upset that I was thinking about this, and probably, who knows, maybe I manifested it myself because I took so much effort, or maybe because it was so it was given to me so not in an easy way. It was not an enjoyable experience. So don't force yourself to do something just because somebody else told you. In our life, I mean, we are highly influenced by the society, fortunately or unfortunately. So listen to your intuition. If you want to do something, do it. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. And don't force certain things and certain information on yourself. It's basically not worth it. Now, this is what I wanted to say. Trust yourself. If you need a particular information, that information will come to you. Will come to you um, through maybe even some people. Like I was walking in the park and I was thinking where to have breakfast, and this couple was walking by me, and they didn't speak my languages, but they said something like, um, I don't know what they said, but they mentioned the name of the particular cafe that I wanted to try. And I'm like, oh, this is the cafe I wanted to try. Why am I even thinking twice? Why should I go? I should go there. So that's basically where I go. The information came to me from the outside. All right. So, and this is it. At the end, I want to tell you something. This is exactly what I wrote. If you do only what you truly want, you will never have indebtedness. Indebtedness is always towards yourself. If you want to remember something from this lecture, remember this. We are never indebted to others. We're indebted to yourself for thinking about others, about the needs of others, about the emotions of others, about the maybe the wishes of others. We should think only about the wishes to ourselves. I knew a few people who never had debts in their lives, and those people, you can say, extremely selfish. And it's not that they never had material debts in their life, they also don't have nothing like I know this woman, she has 2 kids. Those kids are so self-sufficient, like you wouldn't believe. They're very focused on themselves. They don't need their mother's attention much, and their mother doesn't pay attention much, not because she's a bad mother, but because she's so focused on herself that her kids grew up to be focused on themselves. And this is just a healthy kind of family, healthy environment. When they're together, they spend time together, they're loving each other, they don't fight, they don't argue. I mean, they argue like any other family a little bit, but there's no this unhealthy kind of energy around them. So remember this, it is important. If you only do what you want to do, if you only follow your instincts, your pleasure, your kind of your desires, you will never have indebtedness. If you feel like okay, so I will do this for my mom right now, and then hopefully I can do what I want to do, wrong. Better do what you want to do right now, and then maybe you will be in a good mood and you can help your mom, like that. Don't choose needs, priorities, wishes, desires of others over your own. You owe to yourself first. Indebtedness comes from owning yourself, from betraying yourself for the sake of something outside of you. This is very wrong. Remember, it is very deep, and you should know it, and you should understand this. That by choosing others and their priorities and catering to others, you betraying yourself. So don't do it. If you are living with the man and you don't want to, and he's snoring and you couldn't sleep at night, I mean, don't feel guilty to tell him, listen, I'm going to be sleeping in another bedroom because I couldn't sleep. I mean, this is just a normal thing. But some women, they are really laying there and suffering. So like only follow what you want and your needs and your priorities. And I can say, and I'm so grateful to myself now that this is what I do. I follow my my God, last time it was a while back, like a few years back, I was with the man and he was very tired and he was snoring so loud, and I was not in my best of moods. And I basically just got up and I told him I have to go home, because he didn't have a very large apartment, so it was like his bedroom and a living room. And first I went to the living room, but he was snoring so loud and there was no like door between bedroom and living room, so I could still hear it and it was irritating me. So I woke him up and I said, listen, I have to go home because I couldn't sleep. So he said that I will drive you. I'm like, no, don't, just if you can call me Uber, I will go home. So I went home, and I'm happy that I went home, because I went home, I fell asleep, I slept really nice. Next morning he felt a little guilty, but I told him, no, don't feel guilty. I mean, you were tired, that's normal. And he actually, when his lease was over, he rented a big apartment. I mean, we were not already together, but he rented a big apartment for the future because he had guests all the time. So follow your pleasure and your desires and your priorities. Trust me, you will be faithful to yourself. People will be faithful to you. Now, this is on this subject. I hope it was helpful. I hope I cleared up some things that some questions that were. Now, I wanted to answer a question. On Sunday, we had a very interesting topic: keeping allure and attraction with the man. And we have some people that agree with me, some people that don't. But remember, the subject was keeping allure and attraction. I mean, it was a particular subject. Now, I wanted to tell you something. It is all about a habit. You probably like desserts. I like desserts. But sugar is not good for you. It's not good for your skin. It's not good for your inner organs. It's not good for anything. Not good for your hair. Not good for your eyes. Not good for nothing. I mean, so many diseases that are coming from sugar and from intake of sugar and from abusing sugar. Now, but yet every single one of us loves to eat sweets, loves to eat desserts. Whatever you will tell you, but if you get on this sugar spike, it's hard to get off it. So the same here. Yes, it is very comfortable to lay with the man and cuddle and eat popcorn and watch Netflix and just be so like open with him and tell him everything you think, like all your problems and this and this and this. Yeah, you can do this, but in the long run, is it healthy or not healthy? Will it bring you to some kind of conclusion or not? I mean, will this be a healthy relationship in the long run, or will it become a diabetes type 1 in the long run? So just think like that. Yeah, exercising may be uncomfortable. Yeah, maybe it's difficult, but after you exercise, you feel very accomplished and you feel great. Your skin is radiant. Your face is not swollen, not puffy. I mean, you feel great. Your hair is shiny. I mean, yeah, but this is an uncomfortable habit, but it is a good habit for you, for your overall health. The same here. Yeah, maybe it's uncomfortable to be more focused on yourself and not melt within the aura of your man. But in the long run, it will be only better for you and for him and for your overall relationship. Keep that in mind. Yes, eating a cannoli, or as I found out, it's cannolo, is much more pleasurable and much more enjoyable. But going for a run or doing some strength exercises are much better for your body in the long run. So I don't say that you shouldn't eat sugar. I mean, obviously, even I eat sugar. And sweets, and I enjoy it. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Sometimes to splurge, to indulge. That's, I mean, the life is full of pleasures. But overall, I mean, we should choose the more like right choices for our overall being. Like me in particular, for my energy, I make sure that I don't eat too much sugar, because then my energy becomes chaotic and I could not concentrate it. I mean, I can concentrate, but it's not as easy as usually. Now, that's basically what I want to say. Especially when I do energy alignments, I make sure that I watch what I eat. The same with man. Yeah, it is. As I said, sometimes you can give like weakness. Sometimes you can call him and like, oh, I feel so sad. And what would do good if you would order me some food, or if you can come and just hug me or cuddle with me or something. Yeah, sometimes you can do that. I don't say that you have to be like a robot all the time, but you can't abuse this. You cannot. If I will eat desserts every single day, I mean, what will be with me? I don't even know. My liver will probably go on a strike. So it just and that's the same will be with your man. It's like you can be sometimes maybe a little spoiled, a little weak, a a little this and that, but don't abuse it. The majority of the time, you have to kind of follow the energetic rules. Those rules, I didn't come up with them. I was given them as I gave them to you. So I just collected them a little bit to make this like in more in a system. So don't come off on me. I only wish you all the best, and I wish you to have healthy relationship, long-lasting relationship, the relationship that are inspiring and exciting through the years, not only the first 2-3 months. You know, the when you getting to know the guy. I want you to experience this and to have this relationship for years and years and years to come. When you have kids, when your kids are grown up, when you're already living in in Florida as a retired adults, and you still enjoying yourself, you still kind of having this depth with them. So that's basically it. This is what I wanted to add to that dialogue. Don't allow your mind to block something that might be good for you. Allow yourself at least to think, maybe she was right, maybe there is sense to that. Let me think. And I encourage you to try. If you're in a relationship right now, try it for a couple days, see how it will go, and then let me know whether it will work for you or not. Okay, I think that's it. I do hope it was useful. Get rid of all the indebtedness. This is important. This is very important. Don't allow anything to drain your energy. Remember, the power is in you and you alone, and you owe anything and everything only for yourself. And even for yourself, you don't owe anything. You basically are just you are here to experience life without any kind of debts to yourself or to the others. Debts to yourself come from thinking that you owe to others. Then it's like, okay, I'm wasting my time, my effort to help others. Now I owe to myself because I wasted my time, my effort, my energy to prioritize somebody else. This is how the debts to yourself appear, first of all, in the first place. So focus on your experience, focus on your priorities, on your pleasure, and you will never have indebtedness. The ones that you have, you know how to deal with them. I gave you a step-by-step guide. Now, if you have any questions, ask. If not, then I will see you on Sunday. We will discuss processing the breakup in feminine energy. And enjoy your Thursday. Bye, everyone.